Hey everyone, okay, so Kylie Cosmetics review, haul, however you want to speak about it. So let's make a start. First off, we've got the loose powders from Kylie Cosmetics. Now, these are, I got yellow, soft pink, and translucent. First of all, this isn't sponsored, I'm not on their PR list. I paid for all this myself and I will not be repurchasing because, as I mentioned in the Kim Kardashian video, the import duties on this were so severe that I wish I hadn't bothered. And in truth, because this is basically ColourPop, I could have spent a fraction of the cost and just got ColourPop, and they deal with the, they already add the import and tax. So in future, that's how I feel. Okay, so it's really light, so if it gets too bright, I'm sorry. Translucent powder, 10 grams of product, as are with the other colors. Amazing powder. Texture is absolutely exquisite. It feels beautiful on the skin. The only problem is that at 10 grams, which is a good amount, gram for gram, Laura Mercier translucent powder is cheaper. So that's something to think about. When it comes to the concealers, and I bought about 5 or 6 of them. Here's just a quick selection of some that I bought. The concealers are great. There's like 6 point something grams of product in there. You get a good amount of product. You've seen all the videos, so you don't need to know much more, but I will be doing a demo with this because it's a great concealer. It's a bloody great concealer. And I would rebuy this if it were available in the UK, but it isn't. But it's bloody good, bloody good. When it comes to the liquid lips, generally speaking, I actually quite like them. Now there's some dud colors in my opinion. Colors are very personal, but a lot of them, I like nudes, but a lot of them are so nude that they border on corpse-like, which I don't care for. The texture and how they go on is absolutely fine, but they are incredibly drying to the lip. Very, very drying. Huda has a much better formula. It's much more refined. But I really like the color selection. The majority of the nudes are absolutely great. This shade here called So Cute is, you know, actually this is a gloss. This is a gloss, you stupid boy. But anyway, the gloss, I mean, you can't even see that. Don't get funny, camera, piece of shit. Look at this. All that money for a lens that doesn't even work. But there you go. So, but generally speaking, very good. Here is a liquid lipstick, and this one is called Birthday Suit. And that's nude, right? Oh, for God's sake, that's really nude. On the lip, it's corpse, but that might just be my skin tone. Now, when it comes to glosses, I picked up a handful, and generally speaking, they're really nice. They go on quite beautifully. They apply smoothly. There is an awful scent to them. I like vanilla or peppermint. It is candy sweet kind of smell, but you know, they're pretty nice. So I'm not gonna grumble. So when it comes to highlighters, they're good. They're not great, but they're good. So you've got a really bright highlighter that's so bright you can't see it. What is wrong? This is the problem with filming in, you know, every other YouTuber out there. They've got this amazing setup. There's a light there, there's a light there, there's a light there, there's a light behind you. And they've got these great rooms. I film in a utility room, okay? Under here is a washing machine, a tumble dryer, and a dishwasher. There's a stone floor, which is why there's an echo. You know, where do they get their money? That's what I want to know. But oh, they've got a better camera, I can tell you that much. Right, texture-wise, pretty nice. They apply smoothly, or if not a tiny, tiny bit kind of clunky-like, and they actually apply, oh, why bother? They actually apply sheerer than they look, which isn't a problem. But generally speaking, I quite like them. But I'd buy ColourPop instead. When it comes to the bronzer contouring powders, they're quite a strange mix. So they apply beautifully. There's nothing wrong with the texture. This one is called Tawny Miami. And that's a great color, right? But there is a couple of colors. This one, khaki, Now, generally speaking, that doesn't look it here, but it does have a touch of green to it, which isn't surprising considering it's called khaki. But I found it quite odd that even this one, Toasty, has a bit of a green undertone, which you're not going to pick up, but it does. But they apply nicely, and if you have green skin, you're in for a treat. When it comes to the blushes, so I picked up a handful of them, and this one comes in a horrible box, which I don't care for, but the colour is great, called Hopeless Romantic. It looks really bright, and this is a universal colour because of the shade, and it applies much more sheerly than you would, although that focused, than you would actually imagine. But that's a really pretty shade, and it's just really lovely. So I love that shade. The rest of them come in the same standard packaging, and again, they all apply much sheerer than you would imagine. They can have 7.5 grams of product, which is actually really, really, really good eyeshadows. The issues with the eyeshadows are that they apply just fine, but if you swirl a brush around in here, you are going to get the biggest amount of fallout ever. If you're going to go mental, it's up to you. Don't go mental, you'll be fine, but even a light tap produces a lot of product release. Now, the one thing that is interesting is that these aren't marketed as a really high-end product, and if you've used Charlotte Tilbury or Tom Ford or Dior, these are not those. But you're better off buying Colourpop because that's what they are, and Colourpop offer great value for money. But I did pick up a whole host of shades, really didn't know why I bought this one. Not a fan of these colours, but you know, this is the Cocoa one, which is quite nice. And I've also got the, well, this one, which I think is like the original. I don't know. You know, I don't follow the Kardashians. But generally speaking, I'm really pleased with the product. I also got a couple of the cream eyeshadows. Now, these are actually quite... These are actually quite pretty. And they apply nicely, and they apply beautifully, in fact. Not just nicely, but beautifully. Will you focus on my finger? Thank you. They apply lovely. They go on smoothly. What's the point in even showing you that? But really good. Now, like I said, won't repurchase because of the issues with the import duties. I did buy a huge amount of product because I really wanted to give the whole range. Rather than buying one blusher, I thought, well, why not buy 8? That way, at least I'm going to use them, but at least that way I'm getting a true understanding if there is differences between one blusher and another. Generally speaking, blushes are sheer. The highlighters are okay, pretty nice. The bronzer contouring products are quite nice, particularly if you have green skin. Lip glosses and liquid lips, great. Huda is better. And as far as the eyeshadows go, they're nice, but they're Colourpop, and I'd rather buy Colourpop. And that is how I feel about this collection. If they were based in the UK or they had an outlet, I would probably repurchase some things. But generally speaking, if Colourpop were available here in the UK, because you can get them on some shitty little websites, right? But they charge you like 4 times the amount it would cost you just to buy it from the States. It's ridiculous, so I don't recommend those. Hence why I wouldn't link to them in the description bar. But I'd rather buy Colourpop. That's how I feel. I'd rather give my money to Colourpop. But lesson learned. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. If I had to pick between the Kim Kardashian and the Kylie one, they're both the same. They're pretty much both the same. You get less product with Kim, but they're pretty much the same. There you go. What a shit review. So sorry. But yeah, sorry it was a bit shit. I'm really sorry. See you next time. Let me know if you've used Kylie Cosmetics and what your thoughts are. And be kind in the comments, because a lot of people are like, they just want you to hate the product because of who it is. Let's not do that. Let's just say, do you like them or not? You know, leave it down there. I'll have a look. Bye-bye.